I'm eating a no gluten brownie. It's amazing. This is Cindy Lou. My new endeavor is a ginger bug. I already made the syrup. I'm using my iPhone today. Don't get all peeved at me. Well, I'm researching all over. Really upset. Can't seem to figure out what this ginger bug's about. And I watched 4 or 5 videos. So I'm going to make this really easy for you. Clean a piece of ginger root. I don't care where you buy it. I don't care. You can argue about organics or not. I'm organic, but the truth is a root is a root. Now, I tend to get my roots from a better source, because if you get a better root at a better source, hopefully the soil's better. Pray. With leaching, does it really matter if it's GMO? I don't know. Plus, we're going to ferment it anyway. I don't know. I mean, if you find a whole bunch of it, if you grow it, I guess. I don't know. So anyway, I cut one like this yesterday with the skin on. Now, I scrubbed it. I have a little scrubber I use here on this thing, but it's for fruit and vegetables. And I scrubbed the skin real good in case there was dirt on it. And I kind of soaked it a little bit in hot water before I did it. And I chopped up about, I don't know, a quarter pound, because if I'm going to use ginger, I'm going to use a lot of ginger. It's kind of like garlic. So what I did, like I said, I'm going to encompass everything. So you don't get all like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 5, Jesus. Okay. I cut a lot of it because I was using it for something else too. Okay. I'm not going to give you the reasons why you're going to use a ginger bug. If you're making a ginger bug, you know why you're making it. It's lactobacillus, it's lactofermentation, it's all this great stuff. Okay. So I'm going to put it in this jar, right? But it needs 3 cups of water. So I put the 3 cups of water in there, and I have really clean water. You can use filtered spring, whatever. If you want to make it that complicated, you can. The chlorine will mess with the fermentation, so be careful. But I use it for kombucha and kefir, so I know it's pretty good. If you want to boil it first just to make sure it's safe, you can. Use the same principles as kefir and kombucha. Just don't use metal. It's probably never a good idea to use metal. Just use a rubber spat, a wooden spoon. I use the skin on. I know people use juice. I put the skin on. That's part of the root is its skin. I dice it up really small. And in this particular ginger bug, I put 3 tablespoons of ginger, raw, with the skin on, cleaned. I put 3 cups of water and 3 tablespoons of organic sugar. I know some people use Rapadura. Some people use it. Who cares? We're just going to make this one easy. How about if you just use organic sugar like you do with your kefir and your kombucha? If you have Rapadura, use it. Can't use stevia. That makes no sense. It would have nothing to feed on. That's the basics of fermentation. Put a cover on it. It loves to be stirred. Just remember that. It loves to be stirred. Stir, stir. Today, right now, I have to feed it again. So every day, put it in a cold, well, not cool, I would say more of a warm spot in your kitchen, in the dark. Now, if you use 3 tablespoons here, now, being the experimenter that I am, I use 3 teaspoons to see if it'd be any different. It likes to be stirred. So I get a wooden spatula and I stir it twice a day. Put a coffee filter and a rubber band on it. Keep it simple. This is my bigger batch. This is my smaller batch. I want to see. I just want to see. It's an experiment. So right now I'm going to make and dice up that amount of ginger that I need, which is 3 tablespoons plus 3 teaspoons, 3 cups of water. You don't need to refeed it water. You just need to keep feeding the bug itself. It likes to be stirred during the day. And then set your timer, write it down on a piece of paper so that way you know when 7 days is up. Feed it, stir it, feed it, stir it, feed it, stir it in the 7-day period. When do you feed it? The same time you started it. So if you started at 4:30 in the afternoon, plan it. Then the next day at 4:30, you need to feed it. It's hungry like a baby. And then you stir it throughout the day. I was going in and doing something like this movement. I did that a couple times, and then I stirred it. Now, with the other part of the ginger, I'm so smart, I had a big one like this. I got the other part and I diced it up. Look at that. That's my syrup. I boiled it, and I don't know how much it was. It might have been 3 cups with a gallon of water. I used 3 cups of sugar, and I boiled it for 30 minutes. I steeped it, I strained it, I saved the ginger pulp, and I put it to the side for my shakes in the morning, because it's still good, right? It's the root. I boiled the F out of it. You see all that residual? This syrup tastes so good. That's what I'm going to use to make my ginger beer with the bug. So I'm going to do 2 different types of beer later. An ale, a fermented ale with different whole properties. So strawberries are fresh right now. I'll mess with that. So the first one's just going to be a ginger ale, and the second one's going to be some experiment. Make your ginger syrup. So easy. Just dice it up really small, boil it, add some sugar, taste it, get super spicy, strain off the rest, get the pulp and smash it, separate it out, put your pulp somewhere and use it in your morning shakes. This is a 6-minute video on how to make a ginger bug. So easy. Just remember a 1-to-1 ratio. If you want to use 1 teaspoon of ginger, 1 cup, 1 teaspoon of sugar. But remember something, you want that bug for a couple batches, right? You want to do something kind of cool. So I'm making a double bug, see? That way, if I use a lot of it, I'm going to love it. Put it in the special bottles, probably not. I'm going to tell you exactly the bottles I'm going to use. I have a bunch of these coconut water bottles. I'm going to use these to put my ale in. I know it's supposed to be dark. I know it's supposed to have a flip top because it's so cute and you're going to make root beer. I know. Go ahead. If you have the money to do it, go ahead. I won't use money like that. So to give it that fizzy pop, you're going to do it anyway. The longer the beer sits or ale, the more it's potent it's going to become. But you can literally be done with it in 3 days. You don't have to wait for it to be crazy. I don't make my own coconut water. That's one thing I don't make. I have other videos in kombucha, kefir, everything you can think of. This is my new endeavor. It's called ginger bugging, making syrups, which I've done for kefir and kombucha anyway. I am now doing a second ferment on kefir water, organic, as you can see my yeast is intense. And I added the ginger to this second ferment. Tasty stuff. Good for your tummy. So that's it. Lactobacilli. You don't have to, I might even be pronouncing it wrong, who cares? The root itself, maybe you can do it with a celery root, who knows? So I'm starting with ginger. I love it. It's great for you. There's 3,000 benefits. I'm not going to list them here. Make your syrup from the rest of the ginger. Prepare it early. Drink it a little bit every day. That's great for your stomach. I know it has sugar. I know what you're thinking. Go research it on Google. That's what Google's for. So I'm going to post this on my YouTube and put easy ginger buggy, or I'm going to call it something crazy. Have a great night, you guys, and have fun. Experiment with this stuff. You'll find out so many cool things. Bye.